canceled. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be eating Chipotle and talking about my life. I'm just gonna like talk and whatever comes out comes out. I kind of want to change my shirt. Tea. I am literally so over this. This is what it looks like. I just got some chips on the side. Let me explain. I'm talking about like my life, my relationship with my dad mostly. First, I want to say, I'm not making this video to like bash him as a person. I'm just talking about like from my side what it was like having him as a dad. I like to mix it together. So my parents got married when I was younger, like 4 or 5, and then we all moved as a family out of the country. My literal best friend all of my life has been my mom, because we moved so much that I just started not liking making friends. Like, I just started not to see the point in it anymore, because I was like, every time I make friends, we like move away. And I was like 7, 5, so I couldn't text them, call them. That was kind of hard. So I was just kind of like, forget it. I don't really want to make friends. That already made me and my dad distant, because I was always home with my mom. So we were like really close. Even though me and my mom were close, my dad never really put in that effort to be close with me. My mom always made sure I was okay, if I was bored, if I wanted to go somewhere, if we wanted to do something fun. At the time, it didn't really bother me that me and my dad weren't like this until I got a little older and I realized like other people who have both parents, the second parent is very
I was trying to think of the word active. I was trying to say I've seen other people who have both parents and their father is very active in their life, but for some reason I couldn't think of the word.
So that's when it started to like kind of bother me. So when I got older, we moved back to the States. We moved to New Mexico. My dad had his own room in the house that was like his den, and he was in his den 80% of the time. So to me, it felt like he only left his den to go to church or to go to work. Not to spend time with me, not to really see me. It was like I just lived with my mom and then he was just there sometimes. Like, that's how it felt. And I just got really used to him not really being around, even though he was in the same house. When my parents did end up splitting apart, it didn't really bother me at first, because I felt like I was not even really around my dad, and I felt like I was never really a concern of his. He just cared about like the church and preaching at the church and going to other churches, and he didn't really care about like what was going on in my life or what I wanted to do. Because I remember for a long time I wanted to do dance. For some reason he was like so against it. Like, he thought that dance was just like going out there, shaking your butt, wearing short stuff, sexual. That's what he thought like dancing was. Didn't think of it as like ballet or tap or jazz. He just saw it as like little girls being sexualized. So the whole time that I lived with my dad, I wasn't allowed to really like be myself. Like, I felt like I had to be the daughter that like he kind of wanted me to be, if that makes sense. Right now, I just feel like it's been so long since I've had a connection with my dad that I don't even remember what our connection was like. I just don't remember having that connection with him. When me and my mom moved to Vegas, my mom always tried to make sure that me and my dad stayed in contact. There was one time that I went on a trip with my dad without my mom. I cried the entire time because all I wanted to do was go back home to my mom. Anytime I was around my dad without my mom, it was just like we didn't have nothing to talk about. He was very critical about things I should say, what I should wear, how I should look. My mom was always the one trying to make sure that we still were talking like father and daughter should do. I did start calling him. He just wouldn't answer, or he wouldn't reply to my text messages. When he started doing that, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to call him anymore, because I'm the child. Even when he did call me, he would call me and be like, how's your mom doing? Does she have a boyfriend? Is she talking to anybody? He would call me to ask about her, and I was like, you should call for me. Like, That used to irritate me too. And we just went without months talking. Anytime he did come say hi, it was either awkward or he was really mean to me. This one time he came, I was living with my grandma at the time. He told me very last minute, like, I'm gonna come see you. And I had just got out of school. This was during the time period of when my mom just started letting me do my own hair. Anyways, he came over. He was like, oh, I want to take a picture with you. Like, okay. And then he like looked at me. He's like, are you gonna do your hair? And I was like, my hair is done. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, then never mind. And he didn't want to take a picture with me, his daughter, because of how my hair looked. But he only saw me like once a year. But he didn't want to take a picture because he didn't want to show his family. That's what I looked like. Anyways, in high school, I really never saw my dad. I maybe saw him in high school, like one time when I graduated. Let's go to the beginning of high school. Tried out for cheer. If you haven't seen my last video of me trying on old cheer uniforms, go watch that. This is my microphone. That looks so wretched. I tried out for cheer when I was a freshman, and I made the team, but it was really expensive. So my mom was like, you know what? I know you and your dad don't really talk, but like, you need to ask him to go half. He was still getting paid by the military for me. You know how the military works? When you have a spouse or a kid, they give you extra money. Well, the military was giving him extra money, but he was not giving that money to me, okay, or my mom. I called him when I made the team, and he didn't answer. And I called him again. He didn't answer. So I called him about a week later, and he didn't answer. So I sent him a text message saying, I made the cheer team. It's $400. My mom wants to know if you can go half on it with her. I told him everything that it would pay for the $400 and to just call me when he got the chance. As soon as I sent that text message, he calls me. I answer, and I'm like, hello. And then he's like, you're gonna cheer for your school? And I was like, yeah. And I was like really excited about it. And he was like, why would you go out there wearing short skirts and showing all this skin in front of all these people? That is not Christian-like. He just like went on this whole rant about it was ungodly. Well, my mom just wants to know if you can go half on the $400. And then he was like, I'll get back to you. But I told my mom, got off the phone, and he never said anything about it again, about cheer. I would text him about it, and he wouldn't respond. And then once I got my uniform, which basically meant my mom had paid the $400, I sent it to him, to his mom, his dad, my aunt, like his side of the family. Everybody in the group chat replied except for him. They said I looked so cute, and yeah, he didn't respond. So clearly he didn't approve. So that was that. I used to tell him when my games were, I used to invite him to my games. He didn't care. He never responded. So after a while, I just stopped telling him about school, because not only did he not ask me about cheer or sports or anything, he didn't ask me about my education. He didn't ask me how I was doing in school. He just didn't really care. For a while, didn't really talk on the phone. On holidays, we would text each other like Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, and stuff like that. Funny story. Every leap year or every other leap year, my birthday is either on Easter or very close to Easter. So we would text each other on holidays. After a while, he kind of would only text me like every other holiday, or you know. But when my birthday came around, he would always text me. And for the first couple of years, he would ask me what I wanted, and I would send him pictures of what I wanted or stuff like that. Whatever he could find that was closest to what I wanted is what he got me. He did that for the first couple of years. After a while, he stopped asking me what I wanted. I stopped getting presents from him. And then when my birthday came around, he stopped saying happy birthday to me. But this last time that he didn't say happy birthday to me, not this year, but the past year, it was the year that Easter was right after March 31st. So Easter was April 1st. He didn't say happy birthday to me, but he told me happy Easter. This is canceled. You're canceled. I'm your only daughter, your only child, and you couldn't even tell me happy birthday, but I told him happy birthday every birthday and happy Father's Day to a father that doesn't father me. fast forward to my senior year of high school. My senior year was a big deal for obvious reasons. You know, when you're a senior, you have senior nights. I did cheer, so cheered for football and basketball. So when football and basketball had senior nights, we did too. We had a banquet, you know, all of the things. Okay, after those two events where he just didn't care, I stopped telling him. If y'all want like in detail, like about specific things that have happened or how it happened, then I'll do another video. After my graduation, Mom was like, your dad's over there. So I went over there to say hi to him. It was really freaking awkward. Just left. And it just made me feel like he literally does not care about any aspect of my life. And he only came to my graduation to make himself feel better. And that was the last time that I've seen him or heard from, no, not heard from him. That was the last time that I've seen him or spoke to him or had a conversation with him. I'm full. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to comment and subscribe to my channel. Once I get to 500 subscribers, I plan on doing a giveaway. I think I'm like 20 subscribers away. So if this is your first time seeing me, then subscribe to my channel because it's free, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, cuties.